good to you guys and kind of adjusting everything, making sure that these settings have been saved since the last time I've used the streaming service. So just let me know how everything is in the comments. Should be good. And I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to join and then we'll get started here. Take a look around using this beautiful add-on. I think it's from, gosh, can't remember it. Got it off the Contrail app, and I have to say it is way better than the default Sobo one. Even has a SkyTrain in the distance over there, and performance-wise is pretty good. Not too bad, especially considering all of these heavy-duty add-ons we've been getting lately. Get our checklist in order here. Make sure our flight plan's all good to go. We are on the VATSIM network today as well, so it looks like Los Angeles Center is online. Hopefully they stay online by the time we get there, so it should be some exciting and busy traffic on the way in. Today we are flying the Fenix A319 from the video description, obviously. Beautiful aircraft. I've been waiting a long time for them to release the A319 and the A321, but I haven't had a chance to try the A321 yet, but I have a few flights planned for that. But this aircraft, definitely some of the best in the simulator so far. It is, without a doubt, probably my favorite aircraft, just Airbus in general. I think you guys know that by now, but the A319 definitely is a really fun plane to fly. Today we're doing the CFM variant, which will be very fun to fly. So I think it is time now to get set up. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so checklist. Parking brake is on. Flaps are up. Spoilers retracted and disarmed. Weather radar should be in the off position. Predictive wind shear off. Engine masters 1 and 2 are in the off position. Engine mode selector is normal. Thrust levers are in the idle position. Gear is down, and the wipers are in the off position. So the cockpit pre-flight checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and get powered up here. We're going to go ahead and get the jetway connected. Kaylin says hi, glad to see you streaming in. Thank you so much. It has been a while since I have been on. Jetway is now connected. Let's go ahead and do the cockpit preparations. Let's get some power started in here. We have enough voltage in the batteries. Go ahead and turn those on. We have ground power established today, so we're going to go ahead and get the internal power switch on. Get some lights in here. Nav logo, strobes, supply, ground control. 8 years, get those gyros spinning. Alright, now should the plane do its thing. I'm going to make sure that the airline settings are correct. test. Just gonna go ahead and start the APU. Let that spin up for a little bit. As soon as we get it available, we'll let the AP run for about 3 minutes before starting it. Just to
This is traffic Metro 15 Heavy, 20 miles out for runway 28 left, San Francisco.
Alright, everything's looking good. Alright. CTAP is working. Let's go ahead and get the flight in started here. West. And today we're operating as American Airlines 1155, so let's go ahead and put that flight number in here. Let's go ahead and pull up our flight plan. Alright, cost index today for this flight is 5, and our cruise today is going to be 330, cruise time 11:45. Great. Tropo is 54436. Let's go ahead and upload our data. AP available is online, so let that run for a couple of minutes. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and get our flight plan started. So departing out of San Francisco, we're going to be on the Stick 5 departure out of runway 01 left. So we'll plug that in. 01 left. Stick 5. Transition today should be the Susie transition, which it is. Insert that. Good. No discontinuities besides going into LA, and the arrival into LA, we go ahead and pull up the, let's see, pull up the ATIS. Should be running on normal operations for today. So it looks like the runway's 24 right, 25 left. So we'll be going in 25 left, but we'll also make a secondary flight plan later in the flight for a 24 right approach, just in case traffic is busy and we end up having to sidestep over to the other runway. But we'll plan for 25 left. So Islands 25 left on the Ironman 2 arrival, and transition should be purple. Purple transition. No VS today. So good. Should be full flight plan now. We're gonna have to do a vector air traffic if they still on at that time. They'll vector us into Honda to intercept the ILS first there. So that's good. Alright. That's good. So we've got about 3 minutes if the IRS is aligned.
San Francisco traffic in 949 Heavies overhead the field at 11,000. Flying heading of 140 over the city, descending to 4,000 for the ALS 28 right. San Francisco.
It's San Francisco traffic, United 1965. We're just on a downwind heading 100, passing 8,300 feet for the ILS approach runway 28 right, and we are just about 20 miles from touchdown. San Francisco traffic.
San Francisco traffic, Metro 15 Heavy, 10 mile final 28 right, or 28 left, sorry. Your 9949 Heavy is going to change our approach to 28 left, let's just to let the other United in.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same here.
You're going to fly 28 left or 28 right?
28 left.
Okay, I'll stick with 28 right then.
Make sure that everything's moving for us. Alright, perfect. list this. Let's go ahead and check batteries, make sure that they are charging. So we're gonna look here, turn off the batteries. Turn them off, back on. Let's make sure that they are charging correctly, and they are charging correctly. Perfect. After we're done with that, let's go ahead and go get the plane boarded. Pretty much a full flight today, so I'm going to be using
MSFS Oscar Traffic United 1964, standing base and find the for
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers,
Let's
wheels
go ahead and get the
first,
secondary
and
flight
keep your
plan
small
started.
items
So just
under
in
the
case we
seat
have an
in
engine
front of
failure or
you.
any type of failure on
These
the
include
departure,
laptops,
immediate
handbags,
and then immediate
duty-free
arrival back
and
to San
loose items
Francisco
of
on
clothing.
Levinson
If you
side.
are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed
So you guys
into
are
an
following
overhead
along,
locker.
seeing what I'm doing.
Once
Go
you
ahead
have
and design
safely
that grab
stowed your
on
cabin bag,
Fenix.
please take your seat. To help us
What I
ensure
like to do is
an
like to get
on-time
my ground
departure,
charge set up.
San Francisco traffic, Metro 115 heavy, 5 mile final, 28 left.
As we are currently refueling, please ensure your seatbelt remains unfastened until the seatbelt sign is turned on. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Just destroy those, make sure. And Southwest fan, just barely on the level. Let's see, turn my microphone. Let me know if this is a little bit better. I'm still adjusting some of my settings here, so let me know if that's a little better for you guys. And for the arrival, just back into San Francisco, we're gonna go ahead and do ILS 280. Just let me know if you guys, if the audio is working good now. I'm still adjusting some settings here, so just let me know.
San Francisco traffic, Metro 15 heavy, short final, 28 left.
So we've got the ILS 28 left approach. We're going to use this to plug in our information for performance. So once this is copy the active flight
MSFS Traffic United 1964, started from the ILS 28 left. We are 12 minutes and touchdown San Francisco.
To do that, we'll go ahead and plug in our arrival again. So we're going to be doing the ILS 28 left, no stars, since we'll just be doing an immediate vector back into the ILS path. And once we get that, go back out, back into performance. I'm going to skip all this to the lead.
San Francisco traffic in 929 heavy, standing base ILS 28 left. San Francisco.
So the bare minimum is going to be 2 and 3 for the arrival. Temperature outside is 20. And the QNH is 208. That's pretty much all we need for the immediate approach back into San Francisco, just in case we have any failure on departure. For those who happen, we can always plan for a safe return just in case. Alright, that's looking good. Should be almost on boarding here. Just go ahead and adjust some fixed points.
San Francisco traffic, Metro 15 heavy, 28 left vacated.
Radius of 10 and the radial for 0 is
San Francisco Traffic United 1964, we are on 6.5 met final, runway 28 left.
LAX, so we're going to be doing 25 left. Radius of 10. And from my memory, I know it's 25. Perfect. So it looks like that's all set up correctly. And now we're just waiting for the plane to board, and we'll go ahead
San Francisco traffic, 949, turning final, runway 28 left, San Francisco.
Engine 1 fire slides on. Engine number 2. Master warning, engine 2 fire. Engine 2 fire is eliminated. It's checked. Alright, engine 4 tests are done. Go ahead, set our initial altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers. Wheels
San
first.
Francisco traffic, 949 heavies established, ILS 28 left, 10 miles,
These
maintaining
include
180
laptops,
5.
handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead.
And just let me know if the mic audio is still not where it should be. It should be up higher now. Don't know what happened. Should be good. Let's try that. I'm adjusting the audio.
San
so it's
Francisco
about the
traffic,
rest of this.
929 heavies, 5 mile final, runway 28 left, San Francisco.
And San Francisco traffic, United 1964, we vacated runway 28 left at Echo.
Okay. Everything else is looking good. Just want to make sure that the audio is working good for you guys. The issue would be since turn down the audio. Let's turn down the output audio down here in a second and see if this will help. Maybe this will get it bumped up a little bit. Just let me know how that works. Alright, let's go ahead and check our load sheets for today. Go ahead and accept that, and then we're going to go switch over. Let's see, we have the load sheet for our performance. Let's go ahead and go back to init and then the init B. Block fuel today is 12.7. And the zero fuel weight today is 123.8. Plug that in, 123.8. With a max zero fuel weight is 30.0.
San Francisco traffic, United
Alright, once
1485
that
heavy,
uploads
about
its
25
data,
degrees,
should be able to get our
7,000
time. So
inbound
about
on a quiet bridge visual 28 right.
airtime about 58 minutes. Wind's already inserted, so we don't have to worry about the headwind or tailwind. So let's go ahead and get the performance set up. And we're going to check our initial altitude out of San Francisco today. Looks like top altitude is 190. Since it is uncontrolled, we'll just go ahead and hit for 10,000 just to make sure there's no traffic, and we'll go from there. And also our squawk today is going to be 3234. 3234 is in the box. Go ahead and turn our transponder on, mode C, and go ahead and just get this set up so we'll be pushing back from the gate any second. Let's get the performance for today's flight. Departing from 01 left, surface is dry, optimum flaps, we're not doing a toga, anti-ice no. Let's go ahead and see what the performance is for packs on or off, so if we'll need to do that, but it should be a long enough runway, and we're pretty, not too heavy today.
San Francisco traffic United 949 heavies vacated runway.
Packs off gives us these
taxiing
figures.
5 San Francisco.
And with packs on, flaps 3 departure. I think we'll do a packs off departure for today. I don't really feel like doing a flaps 3 departure, so we'll go ahead and do packs off. So let's go ahead and send this to the McDo. And it should be all plugged in there. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and get started for our pushback. Close the cockpit door. And pull up our checklist here. Fuel pumps are on, windows and doors are locked. Beacon, we'll get that once the tug is connected. Transponder is on, TCAS is on. Parking brake is on, and I think we're pretty much ready for push and start. So let's go ahead and notify the local traffic of where we're going to be pushing out from. And to show you guys what our taxi route today is going to be. We're departing, pushing back from Terminal 1 onto Yankee, and then we'll probably take Mike 1 and line up straight onto 01 left. So pretty easy to taxi out to departure for today. That's what we like to do. Should be a pretty smooth flight. Coming into LA, I think the weather should be looking pretty good too. Alright, let's go ahead and get our pushback started. I'm using the Aerosop pushback tool. I find it a lot easier. It doesn't work for a lot of planes, which is kind of the downfall with it, but all in all, not too bad. It is what it is, gets a plane pushback, but if anything, you can always do a manual pushback and use the sliders to adjust it if you need to with certain planes. Let's go ahead and plan our pushback here. Right there, perfect. So make sure it's good. Yep, perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and connect the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
We can disconnect our ground power. Alright, get ready for pushback. Everything's good. We're all ready to go.
Standing by for pushback.
And let's go ahead and start pushback. If beacon light could come on.
Go ahead. We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
And guys, just let me know about the audio if the audio is working. I'm
Starting
still
sequence.
adjusting to see which parameter of the audio from my headset is working so you guys can hear my voice pretty clearly. I don't know why it dipped down earlier, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Let's go ahead and let CTAF know. San Francisco traffic, American 1155 is pushing back from Terminal 1 onto Taxiway Yankee for engine start, San Francisco.
San Francisco traffic, you have 1485 heavies on about a 3-mile final, runway 28 right, San Francisco.
Engine start number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
And the
observe
CFM engines don't take as long as the IAE engines, so they should spool up pretty quickly.
aboard our Airbus A319. Its signs and crew instructions, including the following safety
Ground.
procedures.
You may disconnect.
Alright, parking
Safety
brake
card
set.
found in your seat pocket contains important
We have
information
Avail
about
on
the
engine 2. We can go ahead and start engine number 1. And just before we get things rolling, I just remembered that I need to change the
There are 8 emergency exits
this guy
in
right
this
here
aircraft.
to the
Cabin
correct.
crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you.
There we go.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you.
Go ahead and get that engine start.
We recommend you keep it times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose until
Alright, Avail on engine number 1. Go ahead and switch engine mode selector back to normal.
with the strap.
APU bleed
Pull on each
off.
side to
Master APU
Put
start
on your
off.
own mask before helping
And we'll
others.
go ahead and go to the before taxi
Land on
checklist.
water.
Auto brake set to
Take a life
max.
jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over
Spoilers
your head.
armed, and we're
Pass
doing a
the
flaps 1
cables around
departure
your
today,
waist
so go
and
ahead and
clip
flaps
together.
1.
Pull the strap to adjust.
And we're going to be doing a
Do
trim
not
of up 5.
leave the life jacket inside the aircraft. When
Flight control
outside,
check.
inflate it by pulling the toggle.
Full up,
If it fails to inflate,
full down,
needs topping up, blow
full
into
left,
its tube.
neutral,
There is a
full
light
right,
and whistle for
neutral,
attracting attention.
full rudder
The
left,
cabin crew can assist you with life
neutral,
jackets for
full rudder
children.
right,
Tray
neutral.
table
Flight
must now
controls
be
are
stowed.
good.
Armrests
And we're going to
down,
be doing a
window
trim
blinds
of
open,
up 5.
seatbelt fastened. Further information regarding your safety on
There we
board
go.
can be found
Flex
in
takeoff
the
is
in-flight
68.
magazine.
Fee speeds are calculated.
We hope you have a great
Do
flight.
rudder trim reset. Let's go ahead and do takeoff configuration test. Predictive wind shear, you can turn that guy on. So the GCS to auto. Weather radar doesn't really work in this, but we'll set it up anyway.
San Francisco traffic, United 1485 heavies crossing 28 left on Tango, San Francisco.
And we'll go ahead, everything looks good. And I'd say we are ready for taxi. Let's go ahead and notify traffic. It's going to be the route for today, just a nice little turn in there. San Francisco traffic, American 1155, taxiing to runway 01 left via Yankee Mike 1 for San Francisco. Perfect. Go ahead and get the landing system on, just in case we have to do an immediate return. Less stuff for us to worry about. Alright. Taxi light on, runway turn off lights are on. We are ready to roll. Guitar 777 in front of us. Make sure that's clear. Alright, plane is already taxiing on idle. There's one thing I love about the A319, this thing is very fast on the ground. You only just need a little bit of power just to get her going. We'll go ahead and do PAX 1 off for right now before we line up on the runway. Make sure we're all clear, everything's looking good.
San Francisco traffic KM 282 heavy, push and start from gate.
Let's go ahead and get the other pack off. I think we'll pretty much do a straight out departure here. San Francisco traffic, America 1155, going to be landing up on runway 01 left for San Francisco. Let's get our lights on. Clear on both sides. No traffic and no traffic coming in from 28 left or 28 right. Get lined up. One last little check before we are ready to go. Everything's good. We are ready for departure. Taxi lights, we can go to takeoff, and let's go ahead and get going. San Francisco traffic, American 1155 is departing on runway 01 left on the stick 5 departure for San Francisco. Alright, let's go ahead and chrono on and run the clock. Brakes are off. Spool engines to 50%.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
And get rid of that. We are ready. And add flex. Airspeed's alive. $80 knots. There's pressure on the side stick. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear is up. Go ahead and start our initial turn. And let's go ahead at above 1000, go ahead and get the autopilot on. Wait for the lever climb prompt to pop up, and once we get that, we'll switch down to the climb position once we get positive increase in speed, which we are now. Lever come back. Go ahead and turn PAX 1 on. Clean up the cockpit a little bit. And about 10 seconds later, we'll go ahead and start PAX number 2. PAX number 2 can come on. Let's look at that. Love the wing flex on the Fenix A320s. They look really good. Alright, we can go ahead and go flaps up. Ground spoilers can be disarmed. Shot at downtown San Francisco there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we will commence our
Very smooth departure, very smooth. Things looking good.
Fresh selection available today. Full details can be found.
And we'll just go ahead and make sure everything's looking good. So after takeoff checklist, gear is retracted, flaps are retracted, spoilers disarmed, thrusters in the climb, detent, autopilot is on, nose wheel lights, and runway turn-off lights are in the off position. So after takeoff checklist is complete. I'm just going to go ahead and monitor our climb out. Everything's looking good. And traffic looks clear in the Bay Area, so I think we'll go ahead and go up to our cruising flight level, 330. And go in the open climb. And just get on out of here. Just a look inside the cockpit, too, or not the cockpit, the cabin. Very nicely done. This is J'Aviation's livery, very well done. Even the safety cards have A319 American on it. Very nicely done. We're about to hit over 10,000. Landing lights and wing lights can come off. Still a bit bumpy, so we'll keep the seatbelt sign on for now.
San Francisco traffic heading 28216, both on runway 1 right. Flight one off substitution.
Constraints, go ahead and turn the airport view on. Alright. Now the fun part is just sitting back and watching everything. Next main thing is once we pass flight level 180, we'll go ahead and turn the pressure back to standard, and we'll just monitor the climb and hopefully switch over to LA Center in a little bit. Still a bit bumpy on the climb out. Type in the progress page. We're going to be dropping to 25 left today, so go plug that into progress. Gives us our update. So we'll be there in about 279 nautical miles. Got to pass 18,000 and set pressure to standard. So just going to keep waiting until the turbulence lightens up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get that seatbelt sign turned off. meantime, we can go ahead and let's take a look at the weather for Los Angeles to see what we're dealing with. Los Angeles looks like light winds, just a little bit of haze. Temperature is 19, altimeter 2987. It's nothing too bad. This is the ATIS. Pretty much all the same stuff.
Because we're taking KLM 282, lining up runway 1 right by 1.
The next plane that's going to be, that I'll definitely be getting my hands on is the iFly Max 8. I think that's going to be a really fun plane to fly, so when that comes out, I'll definitely be doing a stream for that one with some Southwest operations. Since I am a part of the Southwest Virtual Airline Group, it is probably one of the best virtual airlines you can probably join in this simulator for Microsoft Flight Simulator X-Plane 12, 11. I believe that they're on 11, could be wrong. But they are very good. So they have an amazing ACARS system. They have their own system called Love Cars 5, which is amazing. Probably some of the best people to interact with. Really great community. So I'll definitely be doing some flights with that. So very exciting times for the planes that are going to be coming out. I think we're in smooth enough weather. Go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. Nothing on the E-cam. Everything's looking good. All is normal. I think we'll go ahead and tune into Los Angeles Center in a little bit. See what kind of air traffic's going on down there.
San Francisco traffic, KLM 282 heavy departing runway 1 right. Clear to departure, San Francisco.
And Los Angeles Center is at 126.525. 26.525. We'll go ahead and switch our secondary radio for Unicom. I always like to have both radios set up just so I can hear if anyone's not tuned into the right frequency. I can at least hear what's going on around me and also listening to the air traffic in front of me. Perfect. Both radios are set. And hopefully Los Angeles is a little bit quieter today. One of my favorite, it's just the sounds, the visuals of this plane is pretty much, I can't even think of any other plane that comes close to it. And when that iFly Max comes out, it's going to be pretty much the Fenix and the iFly are going to be the two dominant planes, I would imagine, just because the PMDG, those planes are good. The 777 is definitely way better than the 737, but the 737 just seems really outdated now compared to all these newer planes that are being released. So it's time for these older flight sim companies to start catching on to the newer, what new flight simmers want and need. and what good business models are.
Center Spirit Wing 362, we're back.
Pitching 362 LA Center, welcome back.
And we'll go ahead and turn a little bit closer. Still a little bit far away from the center's radar, so once we get there, I think the nearest VOR to pick up is the Avenal VOR, which is 117.1. So let's go ahead and tune that in just so we can get a good position. So when we contact them, we should be.
Last aircraft, stay close thing. Allegiant 66. Allegiant 66.
About 106 nautical miles from the Avenal VOR.
One left, taxi via Delta across runway 26 right. Las Vegas altimeter 2990. One left, taxi via Delta crossing right, Allegiant 66. Allegiant 66, amendment to my previous list, runway 1 right via Delta. Yeah, for that one right via Delta 66.
I'm also using FS Realistic Pro, so that's how you're hearing like certain sounds, camera movements, and also just like small little things here and there. I think it really adds to the realism of flying. Also using a separate turbulence app, because I feel like the turbulence simulated isn't really where it should be. So I'm using real, I think it's real, I'm gonna get the name for you guys here in a second. Real Turb Cat. If you guys want to use that, I highly recommend it. I had no idea it was even a add-on for the simulator.
84, passing 7,600, call me by the 23.
And it has made all
LA Center, good day, come in and think like
South 330, South 3284.
So I typed it in the chat there. If you guys are looking for a really good turbulence simulation, I would say check that out. I think you can get on the sim market. Not too expensive, but I highly recommend it. Ever since I got it, it just makes the wing flex on the Fenix behave more realistically. You can also fine tune it so you can have it adjust to different like terrain turbulence, low ground turbulence, cloud turbulence.
High climb to 360, air from slide 1.
It's pretty amazing.
last aircraft running, stay close thing.
Sphere wings 2796.
Also, I have the turbulence set to medium for the Fenix. They recommend low, but I find like with low, it doesn't really, turbulence doesn't really 100% replicate itself. It's not at low, it basically just feels like there's no turbulence at all. So medium I think is a good sweet spot for the Fenix. Low for any PMDG products. And I've also been flying the TFDI MD11. That one I set to low as well since it's very sensitive to turbulence. Alright, cruising altitude now. Go ahead and check our performance. We'll reach our top to descent in about 120 miles, so we're still doing pretty good. So we'll get our performance set up.
Bravo, Roger, advice in your back.
Switch the frequency now just so I can talk to you guys a little bit more. Showing up how I kind of set it for two arrivals at the same time. So especially if you're arriving into an airport that has simultaneous approach roadways like San Francisco with 28 left, 28 right, LAX with 25 left and 24 right. Sometimes you'll end up in those situations where you might be sequenced to a different runway that you're not expecting, and that is the last thing you want to deal with at a heavy workload. So what I like to do is go to the secondary flight plan, copy the ACTIV one more time. Pretty simple, just go to your destination as if you're planning it for the first time, and then we're going to go ahead and switch to 24 right, since that is going to be the other approach. And everything should still stay the same, so the Ironman 2 and the Burgle, and that should be it. I have that set, and then also when I go to my charts here, I have both 24 right and 25 left programs, so if I need to pull up any information on both runways, I can grab those at any time. We're going to plan for 25 left because the sequencing at LA when it's busy is pretty straightforward. So I have everything all set. So, not too complicated, and that's one thing I love about the Fenix is that it replicates and simulates that. Very good tool to use. switch back to LA. It's looking good.
LA Center, hello, Gulfstream, Charlie Fox, Mike Delta November is 5.7 for 15 via Sid.
Charlie Fox, it's Mike Delta November, LA Center, good day, climb and flight level 250.
Good day, climb maintain level 250, Mike Delta November.
See if you need to check in with LA Center in a little bit. We're getting pretty close. Once we hit about, say about 40 to 50 miles from the Avenal VR, we'll go ahead and check in. Go ahead and get our performance. Might as well just get it set up beforehand. So we can go ahead and check a look at the minimums for 25 left. Minimum for 25 left is 304. Go ahead and plug that into the barrel.
Canada 7024, chicken in flight level 380, just east of Bryce Canyon.
Go ahead and take the weather. Actually, we'll take a look at the ATIS one more time.
Center, good day. Radar contact. Welcome aboard.
ATIS is not available. Interesting. Maybe LA Center might be closing up shop here in a little bit, but for some reason their ATIS is not populating. But I'll just go ahead and get the weather from Navicraft instead. So the wind is reporting at 250 at 9.
Leading 66 over 19.
QNH is 2985. Temperature at LA is 19 Celsius.
66, wind 06 at 5, runway 1 right,
performance
takeoff.
is set.
Takeoff, leading 66.
So we got SoCal approach on as well, so that'd be good. Let's go ahead and set up that in the box too. So SoCal is 128.5, 12805. Topper descent. Love the views of the southwest. Alright, I think let's go ahead and check on with Los Angeles Center. Los Angeles Center, good day, American 1155 is flight level 330, 42 nautical miles northwest of the Avenal VR.
American 1155, LA Center, good day, radar contact.
Alright, we're checked in. We've already got our squawk code from the auto ATC through the vPilot client, which is amazing. So don't have to worry about getting a squawk code or squawking 2000 for your flight.
Bind to descend via the Angel for arrival Los Angeles altimeter 29085.
And now we'll just keep an eye out for our descent instructions coming up soon, but we still got about 60 miles before that, 65 miles before we need to descend.
Boeing 2 will descend via the Angel for arrival
and LA's altimeter is 2985, following 2. LA Center, how you doing? Citation 79 Charlie Alpha is 7,000 on the Harry's 4.
November 79 Charlie Alpha, LA Center, good day. Come and maintain flight level 270.
Going to level 270 for 9 Charlie Alpha.
Alright. Everything's looking good.
November 529 Bravo, copy.
LA Center, Canada 7D24 with a request.
Air Canada 7024, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We'd like the one left transition on the approach into Las Vegas, if we could.
Air Canada 7024, copy. Descend via the Chow 2 arrival, runway 1 left transition, Las Vegas, altimeter 2988.
Well, descend via the Chow 2 arrival, 1 left transition. We copy the altimeter rating. We have information Delta. Air Canada 7024.
Hello, good afternoon. True Park 2320, flight level 300 is about 25 northeast of the Parker VOR.
Broken 2320, LA Center, good day. Squawk 6244.
All the globe clips.
6244, True Park
Things you can do in the Phoenix is amazing.
LA Center, Fairway
Yeah, all the
76,
sunshades.
very taxi with information Delta.
Great Wings 766. Runway 1 right, taxi via Golf, Whiskey Delta, cross runway 26 right. Let's
And it should be a pretty smooth approach into LA.
Whiskey Delta, cross 26 right.
Traffic doesn't look too congested on. Just taking a look at Atlanta and didn't see anything too crazy going in, so it should be a pretty smooth approach. Go ahead
American 2031, cross
go ahead and get our landing weight and make sure that we have what we need.
Flight level 250, American 2031.
And American 2031, Albuquerque is offline, frequency change of Puerto advisory, have a good day, see ya.
Over to advisory, thank you, sir, American 2031, bye-bye.
Do some calculations, so we got, let's do round up to... So we'll do round up to 8.9 for the fuel on board, minus 7.5, which gives us 1.4. So we'll take 1,400 off of here.
Albuquerque Center is offline, frequency change of Puerto advisory, have a good day, see ya.
132.6
Over to
minus
advisory for Fairway
1,400 gives us 131.2, so we'll plug that into the landing weight here.
2320, descend via the Hollywood 1 arrival, Los Angeles altimeter 2985.
Alright, we'll descend via the Hollywood 1 for True Frog 2320.
And it looks like even just at a low auto brake should be more than enough. And for the gate today, I think we're going to be parking at...
cleared ILS runway 2, peak left approach.
That is Bedford, American 1 has a 6.
Go ahead and park at... Let's take a look at the gates here.
Delta 1659, reduce speed to 220 now.
Actually, let's do it this way.
American 1155, descend via the Ironman 2 arrival, Los Angeles altimeter 2985.
Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival, Los Angeles altimeter is 2985, American 1155. Alright. Let's got our descent clearance. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gate.
Alexander Reading, Steve at Delta Sierra. On the Alpha side.
Park where the American terminals are.
155.
I think we'll try and go for gate.
Seabird 8 Delta Sierra, LA
I'm
Center,
gonna go
good
for
day,
49
Climate
Alpha,
level
at least
370.
this terminal at least, so we'll go ahead and plan for that.
After the Delta Sierra, coming request flight level 3.
So we'll probably land on 25 left, vacate either onto Hotel 7 or Hotel 9, take Hotel and vacate either on Juliet or Lima and take Charlie to the gate. So very straight off the runway and crossing 25 right. And we'll go ahead and turn our constraints back on. Let's take a look at our arrival. So we're going to be doing the Ironman 2 arrival. Just get the airport info.
Hello, Center Delta 1 till we do passing 8 down.
Alright, so we'll descend down to about 6,000. They usually clear us into for 6,000. SoCal will take us and then direct us back on to intercept the localizer for
Delta
25 left.
15 LA Center, good day, climate maintain flight level 310.
Maintain flight level 310 到 console.
Let's go ahead and start with 6,000. Should get us there. Check any company messages. And delay for 7 minutes. I think you hate typing in.
Seabird 21 Bravo, contact Circle Approach 128.050 here.
Just go ahead and send a AOC delay. ADC delay, we'll send it for the code, we'll just pick let's do RLP.
And LA Center, 317 Solo Short, Delta Golf, ready to go.
And
Cruising
time,
to 766, wind calm, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff.
1 right, clear for takeoff, 317.
There we go.
Flight 9 Southwest Transylvania, 1 information echo, clearance 370.
Starting our descent here. Let's check out how many miles we have left to go.
Delta 9 Southwest 1081, information echo, clearance 270.
Delta 1659,
So about 9
signal
miles
cleared
to
LX
go.
runway 26 left approach.
Cleared Alex 26 left, Delta 1659.
Flight 9 Southwest 1081.
Let's go ahead and plug in the altimeters to 29 or 85, just get that set in. And should be touching down at LA at 2138. So about 15 minutes prior to arrival, we'll go ahead and get the fasten seatbelt signs on, and it looks like we're pretty much ready to start our descent. Managed descent, and let's go ahead and turn TCAS to below. And descent checklist, TCAS is set to below, approach briefing, we already completed that, nav aids are set, anti-ice don't need it, EFIS constraints are on, seatbelt signs, we'll leave off for the moment, barrel we already have set, and we're just waiting for the below the 10,000 to start our turn on our lights.
United 111, wind calm, runway 26 left, clear to land.
And we'll get handed off here over to SoCal in a few minutes.
Cruising 766, LA Center radar contact, I'm maintain flight level 360.
I'm maintain 360 for your wind 766.
Delta 1659, wind calm, runway 26 left, clear to land, number 2.
650 land, Delta 1659.
LA Center, skies 1548, at 1,005, correction, 10,500, 10.
Sky was 1548,
and
LA Center, good day, I'm maintain flight level 330.
Blocked.
LA Center, skies 1548 at 15,000.
Sky was
So about less
1548, LA Center, good day,
than 9 minutes, we'll go ahead and get the fasten seatbelt signs on.
Flight level 330, skies 1548.
Give people a chance to get up and move around before we start. Final approach. The arrival today on the Ironman 2, we're going to be coming in over Santa Monica and then over Beverly Hills, so we'll get a nice shot of downtown Beverly Hills, the central Los Angeles area. Come in, get vectored in to intercept the localizer for 25 left.
LA Center, Southwest 3384, can we get a step out 10 minutes, please?
And we'll be intercepted into Honda, which is the initial approach fix, and then straight into GG, and then we'll be
Delta
right into
500,
25 left.
descend the Hollywood 1 arrival, descend reach altimeter 2985.
Descend ready, Hollywood Delta 1 arrival. Finish 129 decimal 85, Delta 500.
Air France 511, Denver is offline, frequency change of route advisory, have a good day, see ya.
Thank you, have a good day.
Boeing 2, contact circle approach 128.050, see ya.
At the SoCal, Boeing 2.
Trying to get some turbulence. Let's go ahead and flip that sign on now and get the cabin ready for arrival.
Cruising 260, descend via the Rounders 2 arrival, runway 1 left transition, Las Vegas altimeter 2988.
Descend by the Rounders 2 arrival, 1 left transition, I have Echo at Vegas, Spirit 260.
Let's go ahead and make sure that we have the correct ATIS for Los Angeles. It wasn't up before, but it should be back online now. Information Sierra. So we're getting a little bit high above the profile, so we'll go ahead and get our spoilers out a little bit. So one characteristic of the A319, that thing is hard to get down sometimes. Should be catching up to the profile here in a little bit. Go ahead, tune into the Los Angeles VOR.
American 1155, contact SoCal approach 128.050, see ya.
Over to SoCal on 12805, American 1155, see ya. Wait a second in contact. SoCal approach, American 155. We are passing below 225 with information Sierra on board.
American 1155, SoCal approach. Welcome, thanks for Sierra. Expect ILS from a 25 left approach.
Yeah, we'll expect the ILS 25 left approach, American 1155. Alright, so it looks like we've been cleared for ILS 25 left, but just keep an eye out. You never know, last minute changes do happen. Someone is either late or too early, so it's always good to have that secondary flight plan ready to go in the background, so in case we need to do a side step, we have all the information we need to get going. And this is probably like one of my favorite approaches into LA. Get a nice scenic route. Oh, actually, hang on a second. There we go.
SoCal approach, Delta 379, information Sierra, ready to taxi the route.
If I'm not mistaken, I
Delta
believe that is
379,
Ventura County,
SoCal
so
departure,
Ventura
thanks
Beach.
for Sierra. Runway 24 left, taxi via Echo.
Looks like it's catching up to the VNAV profile. I think we can go ahead and lighten up on the speed brakes a little bit. Go ahead and arm our auto brakes low, since you don't really need a full auto brake for this landing. Looks like we're still a little high, so we'll go ahead and bring it back out again. Still doing pretty good. We're about to be below 18.
Ready taxi at LAX.
I got altimeter set.
Egypt Air 675 Heavy. Ada Sierra current, altimeter 2985, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
25 left taxi Alpha Foxtrot, and we will get information Sierra. Egypt Air 6.
Once we catch back onto that profile, we'll go ahead and disarm the spoilers.
Egypt Air 675, what variant of the 747 are you?
Just give me a quick second. Egypt Air 675.
Alright, looks like we're on it. We'll go ahead and retract those. That haze that was reported in the ATIS hovering over LA, which is very common for a marine liner passing over.
Wind 2509, RNAV to Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
We've got the Northridge area over here, Van Nuys, Burbank, Studio City, Santa Clarita, a little bit over there. Santa Clarita should be over here in this area.
SoCal, this is
passing over Malibu as well.
675, it's 747 800.
Egypt Air 675 Heavy Rider.
SoCal Lufthansa 45 Alpha Heavy, when the Ali, Charlie 10, ready for taxi.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha. SoCal departure, verify your squawk code 1047.
Roger, clocking 1047, Lufthansa
45 Alpha Heavy.
SoCal, good afternoon. Tree Fox 2320 out of flight level 210 Hollywood 1. We have Sierra looking for the ILS at 25 left.
Tree Frog 2320 SoCal approach. Thanks for Sierra. At Seaview, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
At Seaview, cleared the ILS at 25 left for Tree Frog 2320.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha Heavy. LA altimeter 2985, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
25 right via Bravo, altimeter 2985, Lufthansa 45 Alpha Heavy.
Delta 379, radar contact, say altitude.
Passing 900 feet. Delta 379.
Delta 379, climb and maintain 13,000.
We'll climb and maintain 13,000, Delta 379.
Circle approach, Delta 500, descending with the Hollywood 1 arrival, information 0.
Delta 500, SoCal approach, welcome, thanks for Sierra. At Seaview, cleared ILS, runway 24 right approach.
At Seaview, cleared 24 right approach, Delta 500.
Circle approach, good afternoon. Southwest Asia, Mike India, passing 4,600.
Southwest 37 Mike India, SoCal departure, radar contact. Egypt Air 675 heavy, traffic 7 mile final.
The best way for
Heavy
her is VATSIM.
Wind 250 RNAV to hyper, runway 25 left cleared for takeoff.
25 left clear for takeoff, Ocean 1 Hyper, Egypt Air 657.
It seems pretty busy.
635.
Not too busy, but busy for LA, I guess, which is pretty normal. And be starting our turn into our right downwind for
Keeper
25 left.
21 Bravo Heavy, 1 departure prior to arrival, the 777 on the departure
Getting
roll.
our
Caution wake turbulence,
lower,
wind
get lower for our
2509er,
clearance into the
runway 25
levelizer.
left, clear to land.
Just flat, defense, Bravo.
Southwest 37 Mike India, contact LA Center 126.52.
126.52, Southwest Asia, Mike India, thank you.
Delta 379, climb via the summer departure, contact LA Center 126.52.
Climb via the summer departure, going to LA Center, 379, see you.
Boeing
10,000.
2 Heavy,
Go ahead,
number
landing lights
2,
and wing lights on.
following Heavy 777, 7 miles in trail. Wind 250 runway 25 left, clear to land,
And
caution
descent checklist is now complete. We're on to the landing checklist.
25 left, clear land, Boeing 2 Heavy.
Passing over Beverly Hills now, and probably
heavy radar contact, say altitude.
over the Getty Center too, which would be nice.
Now be seated for landing. Thank you.
800 climbing to 5,000.
Now secure for landing.
Egypt Air
Cabin is
675.
secured. Thank you.
Egypt Air 675, climb and
Alright, we're officially
maintain
ready.
13,000.
Cabin's prepared.
13,000, Egypt Air 675.
Be hitting our first decel point right here. Sometimes the sequencing is pretty slow into LA, and you'll end up being sequenced way down the line. Usually it should be right over kind of downtown LA. Should be like around over here.
Egypt Air 675, heavy climb via the ocean departure, contact LA Center 126.52.
126.52, Egypt Air 675, have a good day.
That's right there.
American 1155 by heading 070, descend and maintain 3,600, vectors defined.
Fly on heading 070 down to 3,600 for vectors for final for American 1155. Alright, so just got our...
Speedbird 21 Bravo,
go
heavy
ahead and go
exit
down
right,
to
taxi to parking via
3,600.
Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross from a 25 right.
Let's just go straight down.
Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross 25 right, speedbird 21 Bravo. Actually,
Good afternoon, United 208, Bravo 1 at Burbank with Golf, British Bush.
Block.
Headed to 08, SoCal departure, push approved, call for taxi.
Push approved, we'll give you a call, United 208.
Why is the heading? There we go.
Who else called?
Speedbird 21 Bravo, I missed Juliet, can I
Landing
take
lenses can go on, artificial sandbag can go on too.
Speedbird 21 Bravo, heavy taxi to parking via Lima Charlie.
And once we get...
Cross from a 25 right at me.
Once we get more intercept, we'll go ahead and turn on the localizer capture.
Cross 25 right at Lima, Speedbird 21 Bravo, jet.
Downtown LA. Really great shot of that. Dodger Stadium over to the left. And then the famous LA Hooper City. It's a Hooper City Airport. All the police, LA Los Angeles Police Department helicopters are stationed right down there. Famous black and whites. Got Glendale over to our left, Pasadena, a little bit over there. Alright, should be getting our vectors here in a second. Just a little high on the glide slope, so not yet. We'll probably get vectored out, kind of a nice swoop in. Nice little turn. Maintaining the green dot speed, so the Fenix is really good at maintaining its speed, so we're just hovering on that green dot speed. And once we start our turn, once we're about to hit the 10-mile ring, we'll start to go ahead and go flaps out just to slow down, because this plane does have a tendency to kind of overspeed on approach if you're not careful with your, you can always deploy your landing gear a little bit earlier too, no harm in that, just to get it slowed down.
Going to heavy, taxi to parking via Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross from a 25 right at Juliet.
We'll head over to parking, cross 25 right at Juliet, and then Charlie, we're heading to the UAL North Ramp.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha, heavy traffic. We'll cross downfield from a 25 right, line up.
Line up and wait for traffic, Lufthansa 425 Alpha, heavy.
And so Bonanza 5 for Echo.
Looks like we have another traffic on approach, so we might be vectored a little bit late.
Echo, Roger, are you looking for a flight following the Yuma all the way there?
Just okay.
Yeah, I'll take it as long as it's available, 5-4 Echo.
5-4 Echo.
This is typically what goes on.
Expect a handoff to LA Center.
At least we'll get our correct runway.
About 10.
Alright, we'll look for the handoff in 10 minutes. Bonanza 5-4 Echo, thanks.
About 10 miles.
10 miles, Roger, 5-4 Echo.
Getting LS 32 is at 2,200.
Alaska 432, so cut departure radar contact.
At 208,
Juliet taxi.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha Heavy, wind 250 at Niner. Arnett at Docker, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Arnett Docker, 25 right, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 45 Alpha Heavy.
United 208, taxi to parking, correction, runway 15, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 8, Burbank altimeter 2984.
Night chance for runway 8 today for United 208.
United 208, stand by.
Should be getting our turn here in just a minute.
A208, that's no problem, runway 8, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 15.
Alright, runway 8, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 15 for United 208, appreciate it.
American 1155, turn right, heading 130.
Turn right heading 130, American 1155. Alright, turn heading 130.
425 Alpha Heavy, radar contact, say altitude.
Passing through 1000 for 5000, Lufthansa 45 Alpha Heavy.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha Heavy, climb and maintain 130.
A little bit far out from the localizer now, so, well, it's not the localizer, but it's about 24 nautical miles away.
Bonanza 54 Echo, contact LA Center 126.52, thanks for flying.
Alright, 2652 for Bonanza 54 Echo, thanks for the service, so long.
Alaska 432, contact LA Center 126.52, see you.
2652, have a good day, Alaska 432.
Lufthansa 425 Alpha Heavy,
don't get
climb and
sequenced out
maintain
too far,
13,000,
otherwise we'll have to
contact LA
come
Center
back in.
126.52,
Already kinda, I think I've already missed the localizer now.
Maintain 13,000 and contact LA Center 126.525, Lufthansa 45 Alpha Heavy, danke, ciao ciao.
American 1155, turn right, heading 220, intercept the ILS from the 25 left localizer.
Right 220, intercept the ILS 25 left localizer, American 1155. Alright, so hopefully we're not too far out to pick this guy up.
Wind 250 at 9.
If not, we can always just go direct Honda if we're too far out.
25 left, go land for 2523, Fresno.
But looks like we might be okay.
500, wind 250 at 9, runway
Still too
24
far,
right, clear to land.
too far away to turn on the localizer button. Once we get about 25 nautical miles in, we'll be able to get that thing armed up. Disarm it. I think we're going to have to turn more inbound. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to pick it up from this distance, so we're going to have to turn a little bit more inbound to pick it up. There we go, picked it up. And we just gotta wait for the glide slope. A little late on the sequencing, but still managed to get in. So it should be a nice slow approach into 25 left. What we got? Looks like traffic on the parallel too, to 24 right. Let's go ahead and take a look at our go around procedure. Just in case we need to go around. So we're going to go heading on a 236 to Catley. Climb to 2000, heading 251 until crossing the Santa Monica VOR, then left heading 36 outbound to the Santa Monica VOR. Okay, so once we hit the glide slope, we'll hit 2000 with the go around. Right now we'll just maintain our altitude of 3,600. Go ahead and make sure everything else is checked. Lights are still good. Cabin is ready. Ground spoiler is armed. Auto brake is on low.
United 20, ready for departure.
United 208. Wind 250 runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Right, clear for takeoff, United 208.
And LA, True Frac 2320 has vacated on a hotel. We're going to be at Terminal 664. I believe that's Charlie 7 in alleyway.
Alright, looks like we're picking up
Broad
the
2320, taxi to parking,
glide
the
slope.
Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross from 25 right, Juliet.
Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross 25 right for True Frac 2320. Good day.
Alright, go ahead and arm the approach. And once we get captured in the glide slope, we'll go ahead and arm autopilot 2s. SoCal approach, American 1155. We're established on 25 left.
American 1155. Wind 250 runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 25 left, American 1155. Alright, clear to land, 25
United
left, and we're fully established.
208.
Dual input,
Radar
or
contact
sorry,
failed.
dual autopilot.
Up to 2.2 for 4,000, United
And go
208.
ahead and get flaps 1.
United 208. Climb and maintain 13,000.
So we hit about 2,500 on the radio altimeter. We'll go ahead and drop our landing gear.
Right, climb maintain 13,000 out of 3,000, direct Oros for United 208.
As you can see, this thing does take a little bit to slow down. Probably have to drop landing gear first before we can drop flaps too. 2,500, let's drop landing gear. Taxi lights set to take off, runways on. Now let's start slowing down.
United 521 on the ground, gunway, ready for taxi with hotel.
At a
Let's go ahead and go
521, SoCal
flaps
departure,
2.
thanks for hotel. Runway 20 right,
2,000,
taxi
so if we go
via
around.
Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left, delete.
20 right via Alpha Lima, cross 20 left at Lima, United 521.
So no visual with the runway. Flaps 3.
454 Echo, contact LA Center 126.5.
And flaps full. And landing checklist is complete. Look at those
Delta
flaps shaking.
500, taxi to parking via Echo, cross runway 24 left, Salon.
Taxi to gate via
Absolutely
Echo,
phenomenal.
cross runway 24 left. Delta 500, bye.
We're about to hit 1,000, starting to see the runway lights now.
208.
Go ahead and pull up
Climb
our...
via the Oros departure. Contact LA Center 126.52.
Get that ready for when we start taxiing.
Right, climb via and over to center for
I'd hit
United
1,000.
208.
We'll keep the autopilot engaged so I get a better visual on the runway. So once we get to about 500. out. A little shaky on the headwind.
521, we are ready. 20 right at runway.
Still on
United
autopilot.
521, wind 200 at 7, number 20
Alright,
right.
I now have control.
20 right, clear for takeoff. United 521.
Priority's mine, I have control. A bit of a crosswind now, winds have shifted. Check. Yeah, we are light today.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Nice and easy. There we go. Verser's down. Verser's full green. Roll out decel. .60 knots, disengage reverse, and manual brake.
SoCal departure Delta 723, climb past 1000 for
Nice and
8,000.
easy, love a landing like that.
Delta 723, SoCal.
And looks like we are vacated on...
You should have gotten the climb via SID up to the top altitude of the Padres. Climb via SID, which the top
Vacated on
altitude
Hotel
is
6, we'll probably...
radar contact.
Let's see, we'll probably go
Sorry
over
about
to
that,
Juliet
climb
and
up
Charlie.
to 15,000, Delta
Landing lights can
723.
come off, taxis set to taxi.
United 521, radar contact, say altitude.
Passing 1000, United 521.
United 521, climb and maintain 13,000.
Let's go ahead and get APU started here. Wait 3 seconds.
Delta 723, contact LA Center 126.52.
126.92, Delta 723.
2652,
2652, Delta 723, yeah.
Electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used.
I have to call SoCal up here to let us know we're holding a Juliet.
Checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved.
SoCal approach, American 1155, clear of runway 25 left, we're holding on Juliet for 25 right.
On behalf of the captain and
American 1155, taxi to parking via Juliet Charlie, cross runway 25 right, Juliet, thanks for flying.
Juliet Charlie to the gate, cross 25 right on Juliet, and thank you for the service. We'll see you next time, American 1155.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go ahead and make sure we are clear to cross. We're parking at gate 49 Alpha. APU available, go ahead, APU bleed on. And we're going to be on Charlie.
United 521, climb
Crossing
via
Bravo.
the Hero departure, accept maintain 16,000. Contact LA Center 126.52.
Go ahead and turn off our strobes.
I
Everything
come
else
via
is
the
set.
Hero departure up
Clear
to
left,
16,000
clear right.
and we'll cross center on 126.52. I believe it was United 521.
2652.
2652, good day, United 521.
Alright, 49 Alpha should be right here in front of us. Go ahead and turn off our lights. Taxi straight in. little stutter from the scenery. Probably a lot of traffic in the area. Park at the first stop here. And parking brakes are set. Let's go ahead and get the jetway connected. Actually, we'll do engine shut off, so we'll do engine 1 and 2 are off. Go ahead and switch over to the external power. And go ahead and deboard. Fuel pumps can come off. Seatbelt signs are off. Very heavy stuttering. Usually doesn't stutter like this for me at any build, LAX. It's probably just because of the streaming and streaming at a higher quality for you guys, but it's worth the risk, worth the take. Everything's looking good. And go ahead and let's get the chocks. Chocks should be already on. And that about does it. So pretty good landing. If you guys are late, you guys can hopefully just watch this back. I know I've been away for a while, but I put a post out on the YouTube community. Hopefully trying to get things set back in order. I've been flying a lot more planes. I have a lot more planes to fly with now, so I can do a lot more streams, different types of flights. I'll also be getting into the new when the iFly Max 8 comes out, I'll definitely be getting that, so I can do some flights with that. So, and also if you guys have any suggestions, you guys can always leave comments on my videos, and I'll do my best to get back to as many of them as I can. And I believe that is it for this flight. So if you guys are late, I will definitely be making a new one. I'll definitely put out a post before I start streaming so you guys can get a little bit of a heads up. This one was just more of a test flight, test stream, trying to make sure that everything was working correctly, and it seems like it is. Need to work on the audio adjustments. Don't know what happened earlier, but I think it's working better now. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and staying by, and I will see you guys in the next stream. And if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them and I'll get back to them. And happy flying, and I'll see you guys next time.